Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to my channel update for February 2017. Now, if you are a new viewer, I do these once a month, and sometimes I do it towards the beginning of the month, and sometimes I do it towards the end of the month. But I generally do these once a month, where I let you know what's been going on in my channel since the last update, set my immediate and long-distance goals for the coming future, and get feedback from you on how I've been doing. This is my chance to interact directly with you in one video without piecing it together from a zillion of them, to take suggestions, feedback, comments, etc., whatever, and to keep you apprised of what I'm going to be doing going forward. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get right into it. First, I'd like to say that as of this recording, I'm just hitting 900 subscribers. I know I know it may not stick, plus or minus a few subscribers or whatever, but I've hit about my 900 subscribers, and my first main goal is 1,000 subscribers, so I'm that much closer, and let's hope to continue onward. Thank you, everybody, whether you are new, whether you are old, whether you are a long-time viewer, whether you just started viewing with my last review or my last Let's Play. Thank you for watching. I have no way of expressing how boggled I am that many people still find me amusing and still find me entertaining and find my stuff informative and or worthwhile watching. And it warms my cold and blackened heart every time I hit another milestone, whether it be another 100 milestone or whether it be another, next major milestone. So let's keep on going. To that end, I'm going to be doing a little work behind the scenes to improve my channel's visibility, organization. I'm going to be trying to publicize it a little bit. It's been, a couple of things have been suggested to me in terms of how to get both my reviews and my videos into more people's hands, and I'm going to be taking those. Right now, I should have jumped on them immediately, but I've been busy, which I'm about to get into. I'm going to take that information, and that information has been super useful. I'm going to get to one of the main people that gave me some of that information a little bit later. But that information has been super useful. I'm basically going to be I'm looking at best practices on those sites that were linked, and others that I found as a result of those sites being linked. And I'm going to, see what I can do about getting more people watching. Because the more people that watch, the more time I can justify spending on it. The more time I can justify spending on it, the better the overall quality is going to be. And, maybe someday in the distant future I'll be able to make a living on this shit. But the most immediate goal is just being able to buy new equipment so that I can make a better quality product for you. Anyway, in terms of the channel itself, as I said, I give you an update on what's been going on. Those who've been watching me for a long time know that I hit these things where I'll be very productive, and then I'll slack off for a couple weeks. That slacking off isn't actually me slacking off. Some of you may have be aware, because I've said in prior videos, that this is not my full-time job. As I said, you can't really support yourself with 900 with this many views, but it's not my full-time job. My full-time job is I do property management, and I do freelance coding and things, and some freelance writing. And those tend to have boom bust periods, and sometimes it gets super busy, and then sometimes I don't get anything for close to a month. And so what has happened is I got pretty ill, and then I had all of my jobs going on all at once for a week. So I had barely had time to sleep. I was operating on 3 hours sleep a night for that entire week. But that's coming to an end here, and I'm going into another cruise period, so I'll be able to catch up on stuff. Fortunately, although some videos were delayed, fortunately I did have enough in the queue so that I'm hoping that you barely noticed it. I know I missed 2 days at least last week. And one day the week before, but hopefully I'll be able to go forward on that. Anyway, most of the stuff that got delayed was the tabletop stuff. And I feel very bad about that, because I do both tabletop and computer role-playing on this channel, and I keep asking whether I should split it and do one tabletop and one role-playing channel, or one CRPG and one tabletop channel. I combine them because I view the world in kind of a holistic manner a lot of times, and so I like to see the interplay between how tabletop tropes affect computer tropes and how computer tropes affect tabletop, tabletop gaming. And I like to think that there's enough overlap in there in terms of fans that some people like both. I like to think that this is only going from like the very limited sample size that I've had actually respond when I've asked this question, but I like to think that about a third of my viewers only watch the Let's Plays and the computer role playing stuff. A third of my viewers watch only the tabletop stuff, and they're the ones that I feel like I've been neglecting a little bit because this whole delay has delayed some of the tabletop stuff I was intending to do. And a third of them watch both. And let me know if I'm wrong with that assessment. I know there's some people that love to watch both. I know there's some people that love to watch one but like to have the other one available if they have like some time to kill. But I know I've been slacking off on the tabletop stuff. It's not for lack of planning. I have a ton of tabletop stuff that I want to do, tabletop related videos that I want to do. It's just I got to get the time to do them because they take longer than the Let's Play stuff. Anyway, I'm going to be getting back on that. In fact, I've already started getting back on that. I've been recording. I've already got, and I'll mention this later. I've already got a couple tabletop things in the queue, and I'll talk about that when I get to that section. But another thing that I've been working on is I've been recording for something that's going to be a departure from my usual reviews. And that is whenever I do a review, you'll note that unlike a lot of people, I don't review stuff just to shit on it. If I review something, it's got to have some sort of kernel of this is good. But it has been suggested to me that I do some reviews on certain old stuff that is rife with opportunities for amusing commentary. And to that end, I've been recording for a review that's probably going to be a little bit more negative than you're used to. It's one of the worst computer role-playing games I have ever played. And I just finished recording all the footage I need for it. I just need to finish scripting it and then editing it back together. So expect to see that. I don't want to put a timeline on it because I've never actually done something like this before. But I'm hoping to get it out like at the beginning of next month or the late this month. And if it flies, then that's cool. And if it if it flies really well, because the internet is a horrible place where people tear people apart all the time. If it flies really well, then you can expect to see more of those coming up. But they are a slower process than my other stuff. And if it flops, well, then I just wasted a couple days, and no harm, no foul. The other stuff's going to continue coming as normal. I'm not going to do a complete format change, but we'll see how that goes. Keep your eyes out for that. Now, another thing that I did in order to try to get the video quality and or video release dates on track, which I completely failed because for other reasons I already mentioned, but I did manage to streamline my process, and I managed to cut about a third of the time it takes me to make each video off, just by tweaking some of the ways I export things and tweaking some of the ways that I do recording. So my pipeline is about a third shorter from conception to upload than it used to be. So hopefully that's going to help me in the long run. The only other thing that I need to do, the only other major increase in terms of my productivity, aside from hiring an editor, which I'm not in a position to do right now, the only other increase in my productivity is going to be purchasing new equipment. Specifically, I want to purchase a new computer, which people have been getting on me for a long time. My problem is that I've got a lot of, between my living expenses, a lot of stuff, I just don't have enough to purchase an entirely new computer right off the bat, wholesale, or just purchase it and put it in there. So I've got to actually budget for it. So I've started budgeting for that. But it shouldn't be a critical issue because here's the thing. I mostly do older school stuff. So as my Let's Plays go towards older school stuff, the life of the existing system can probably extend. However, it will help on things like rendering and editing and such. So let's go to the video. Let's talk about the videos specifically. First of all, let's cover Let's Plays. I've got currently got 3. I'm gonna make that 4 Let's Plays going. I've got my 2 main ones. I've got Skyrim and I've got Neverwinter Nights. I'm gonna see those through to completion. In terms of where I'm at in the process, in Skyrim, I have 4 more quests. 4 more quests in Skyrim that I want to do. The main quest, of course. I'm not going to finish the Skyrim Let's Play without doing the main quest. I want to do the Dawnguard quest, which, if I remember right, would be much shorter than it is if it doesn't have so much filler. And I'm thinking I may not put all of the filler in the Let's Plays, because I know that you do the main quest and then it sends you off to do like busy work a few times. I may not put that filler in the Let's Play. I'm not sure, just to cut things down. Then I want to do Dragonborn, of course. So that's 3 of them. The main Dragonborn Let's Play, the main Dragonborn quest line. And the thing about that is that can be done at any time. So I might finish the Dragonborn, or I might finish the Dawnguard in the main Let's Play, and then come back and do the Dragonborn Let's Play. Like after a break. Not sure I'm going to handle that, but that seems like it could be doable. And then the 4th thing that I want to do is the Undeath storyline. That's a quest mod that I installed that lets you become a Lich, and I'm going to be doing that as soon as I hit level 30. And the thing about that is I've never done it before, so I have no idea how long it's going to take. I've heard it's really cool. I've heard that the rewards are really neat, and it's one of the better rated quest mods on there. So we'll see how that goes. So it'll be an interesting Let's Play on that. So in terms, if you take all that together, you take all the stuff I've done together, I guess that I'm about halfway through my Skyrim Let's Play. Probably a little bit less than halfway through. So what about my Neverwinter Nights Let's Play? I'm currently about, I want to say 3 or 4 maps away from Chapter 2's finish in Neverwinter Nights. And I know there's 4 chapters. And I know that the last 2 are are a little bit shorter than the previous 2. So I want to say that I'm about halfway done through Neverwinter Nights as well. Plus or minus a few things. So those are actually 2 relatively, well, the Neverwinter Night one is going to be a little bit on the short side compared to a lot of my stuff, because I know a lot of them run like 80 episodes, but the Neverwinter Nights original campaign is actually pretty brief. Now, I said I wanted to do a couple of the other Neverwinter Nights expansions, and I will, but probably not like consecutively. I'll probably do one, then wait and do another Let's Play, and then do, another one in terms of that. Now, the other 2 Let's Plays I have going, one of them is actually a streamed Let's Play, and I mentioned this in the past. As soon as I finished Baldur's Gate 2, I said I was going to take a break from the Infinity Engine stuff. And one of my Let's Plays was an Infinity Engine stuff, and that's the Planescape Torment one. Planescape Torment is not a Let's Play that I'm doing in the style of my other ones. It is a live stream Let's Play, and I've been streaming it. I had been streaming it as I have time. Well, guess what? As I return to it, I'm going to stream it again as I have time in about 1-hour intervals. So you may see me live streaming Planescape Torment, not on any schedule, just as I have time. I'm going to pick that up again now that I've been working on that one for like a year almost, or maybe more than a year. And I think I'm about halfway through that one as well, so we'll see how that goes. The other Let's Play I have is an indie game that I did like 2 or 3 episodes of and then let drop off because I got super busy. I'm probably going to pick that one up again. In fact, I like doing these little like 8-9 episode Let's Plays of indie games from time, like RPG Maker games scattered here and there. So if I have time, I'll do that. A lot of this shit is contingent on if I have time. But I'm not gonna derail my 2 main Let's Plays in order for this stuff to happen. But who knows? You may get like a bonus Let's Play every so often. But that brings me to another issue. And that is, since Neverwinter Nights is going to be such a short Let's Play, meaning I should be finished with it in a reasonable amount of time, like within, I don't want to say within a month because I know something's going to fuck up and I'm not going to get it done. But I'm saying within a month to a month and a half, I may be done with Neverwinter Nights. So that brings me to what would you like to see for the next one? And I've had a couple suggestions because, you know, these Let's Plays take months to complete. So I've had a couple suggestions on what I should do next. So I'm going to let you, the viewers, give me feedback on what you'd like to see. The first option is one that's actually been suggested to me in various forums a couple times. And that is either the original Wasteland or the original Fallout. One or the other. Probably the original Fallout. I've got the game. This one's going to be an interesting one if I go with it, because I've never actually gotten very far in any Fallout game, old or new. I don't know. The original Fallout game, I played it back like when it was first released, and I got my ass handed to me. And I got my ass handed to me a number of times, and I finally just gave up on it. And it's been sitting on my hard drive in the GOG.com, downloads, because they had like a thing where they released them for free or something a while back, or and I got it during that time, and I just haven't been able to bring myself to play it. But that having been said, it could be interesting to see me finish a Fallout game for the first time, because I will plug away at that thing until I finish it. So if you want to see me do Fallout, let me know. Another option would be something from the Gold Box era. Now, I love the Gold Box games. I've finished a couple of them. I couldn't tell you offhand which ones. I know I've finished Pool of Radiance, but I couldn't tell you offhand the other one because it's been so long. The good thing about the Gold Box games are that they're relatively short, so I can whip them out really, really quickly. Might be able to get a Gold Box game done in about a month. Who knows? The only problem with the Gold Box games is that they're not that exciting to watch. So I will let you guys know. If you want to see me do a Gold Box game, let me know. That's the Pool of Radiance. That's in that series. That's maybe the Kryn ones. I'm not a big fan of those. Gateway to the Savage Frontier. That's another one. Those sorts of games. Then the last option that I'm putting on the table here is a Let's Play of Ultima Underworld. Now, this Ultima Underworld is another one of those games that I've played a ton of, but I've never actually finished. So there is that. Plus, it's an Ultima game, and I know that the Ultima games have a lot of big fans. In fact, it used to be one of my favorite series. So let me know what you want to see for my next major Let's Play. Original Fallout, something from the Gold Box era, or Ultima Underworld. And just, leave it in the comments, and I will see it. Let's see, what's next? Oh, yeah, the reviews. Now, the reviews, I'm going to, talk about my review. I've been evolving my review format, so if you've got any general feedback on my format, let me know. I will say this. I've been receiving a lot of interesting feedback on my format as I've been going forward, whether it be for my full reviews or my condensed Indie Game Friday reviews. And it's funny to see how many of them contradict, because I'm being told on the one hand that my reviews contain too many spoilers, that it makes me an amateur. I've been told on the other hand that they don't contain enough information, and it makes me an amateur. And I'm like, you can't please everybody all the time. But I am interested in going forward, slowly evolving my review format, both in the long form and the short form. So if you've got any general feedback, that's very constructive feedback, let me know. The only feedback even if I don't necessarily follow it, I do listen to all feedback. The only feedback that I don't really listen to is if I hit upload on a page, and then by the time that I've hit publish, and then the time that I switch back to the comment section in like that 10 to 20 second window where it actually loads the page where somebody's already commented that the review sucks. If you're that guy, and yeah, I've had a couple of them like that where they just, this page sucks, then you're going to get a snide comment, because fuck you. It takes more than 20 seconds between the time I hit start and the time I go to the comment page for me to to justify some terrible feedback. But if you've got general feedback, critical feedback that isn't like an obvious troll, then yeah, I'll listen to it and I take it into account, and I've been slowly evolving my reviews. That having been said, my reviews have been a little bit all over the place. I'm going to be trying to get more tabletop reviews out. I love doing them. They take me about 3 to 4 days to do, because I don't just skim the product. I go in and review it, or I go in and read it carefully, cover to cover, and then I'll go ahead and put a review together. And generally speaking, I'll put like a detailed list of the contents, because that's one of the things that people more complain about. They wanted me to put more information in. I'll do a review cover to cover, give you like a guideline, not an exacting guideline, but like a list, like a table of contents style list of what the book contains, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. And that works pretty well for me so far. It gives me videos in the general range of length that I want to see, and it lets me cover the product as I would like to. That having been said, I am going to try and get more of those RPG reviews out, and I'm going to be reviewing some of the older stuff too. So expect to see that. In fact, I have picked up, if you're aware of these premium, a while back Wizards of the Coast did these premium reprints of some of their old adventure collections. One of them's the Against the Slave Lord series, and one of them's the S series. And I got these from Amazon, and I know they're a couple years old by now. They're like going on 4 or 5 years old now, or more than that. But I'm going to review them as a warm-up to Tales from Yawning Portal, which I'll then review when it comes out. So expect to see those reviews coming up over the coming weeks. I'm going to be trying to do more old school retro clone and similar products in terms of reviews. I want to do more OSR stuff, not because I necessarily discount the new modern stuff, but because my heart is in the old stuff. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more OSR retro reviews. In fact, if you have not seen it, go ahead and check out my Ice Kingdoms review. If you're interested in OSR or Viking style stuff on tabletops, those guys have been very great. The guy that got me that review copy has been super great. It's been super helpful in giving me suggestions on how I can grow my channel aside from just the reviews. And I think it was I really appreciate that. It's given me a ton of ideas. I still need to get the written review for that done for best practices, and usually my written reviews are just basically the transcript of my video reviews, because my video reviews are pretty thorough. But I'm going to edit it a little bit in order to conform with best practices on some of these sites that I want to put it up on, and then I'll go from there. I'll get those up as soon as I've got time. I need like 48 hours in every single day. Anyway, one thing that I'm going to start doing is retro reviews. Not the old school stuff, but I mean like retro computer reviews. My first one, as I said, is going to be something that's not going to be very complimentary to the game that I'm doing. It's going to be not necessarily technically critical either. I'm going to lay into it. But I've also got ideas for reviews of some retro games that I did like that I might add humor to as well. For instance, I've got a retro review I want to do of The Elder Scrolls Arena, which I've actually started scripting. But I'm going to try and get some of those out. I know some people have asked me for them in the past, and some people said that they wanted to see it. And a lot of people said that, and I've been going on to it for months and months and months. So I said, I'm going to do these. I've actually got video for them. I've actually got scripts started for them. They're going to get done. So it may not be immediate, but finally the process has started on them. So we'll see how those fly. Anyway, moving away from reviews, let's go ahead and look at tabletop gaming, tabletops, and taverns. I said that I would do 2 of those a month, and I will get 2 of those out this month, even though it's already like the 20th, and I haven't done Haven't got a single one up. And that's because I've got one already recorded. I just need to edit it and throw it up, and it'll go into my Patreon reviews, and it'll be through in a matter of days. You'll be seeing it on the main channel. I've got another idea for one that, while I have not even started scripting on it, I know exactly what I want to say. I could probably record the thing even without a script, so it should be very quick from inception to review. Because these are the next two tabletops and taverns are things that are very near and dear to my treacherous DM heart. So we'll see about that. But one thing I want to ask is, on the tabletops and taverns, I'm trying to make things not necessarily particular. I've done a couple of videos where I'm system specific, but a lot of the tabletops and tavern stuff I talk about is in very general terms, just bringing ideas and concepts to the table in case people A, aren't familiar with them, or B, would like to see how they may apply to another game. And I try to keep them very system neutral. But here's my question to you, yet another question, because this is where, you get to tell me the feedback. Would you like to see me be more specific with tabletops and taverns? Or would you like to see me produce another tabletop-related series where I do get into the specifics of things? Because I can do, if it's like a general design element, it would fit under tabletops and taverns, but if it's like a specific thing, then it would probably require its own, I would want to set that apart from tabletops and taverns. So let me know if you want to see me do more specifics on that. In terms of live plays, where I play the games online and then put the videos up, Heroes of the Mist is still in limbo. No idea when that's going to get on. The players got their schedules for the next couple months. They still don't match up. However, in that interim, I've got like 5 episodes of a Goblin Stealth campaign. I actually mentioned before. I think I might have mentioned in the last one. I'm still trying to figure out how the best format to get that up, because I want to put it up. Because here's what happened. On a lark, Alex and Jared from the Heroes of the Mist campaign, 2 of the better players of that campaign. Well, there's 4 players, so now that I've insulted 2 of my players, oh well. No, they're all great people. They're all great people, but admittedly, Alex is one of the more proactive people. He makes a good party leader. He gets things done, and Jared characterizes his characters pretty well. And even though his video and audio quality aren't the best at times, he makes an effort on getting interesting characters out there. Anyway, they asked me to run something on the fly. I came up with this idea where they actually, what happened is they both made goblinoids, and then on the fly I built this adventure for them. They liked it enough that I've now got 5 sessions into that campaign. They've been on a couple adventures. They've boosted their levels. The problem is that I was not intending to put it up as a video series. So now I've got 5 episodes of a campaign that I've got the audio and the maps and the rolls on, but no like face-to-face cams. So I'm going to figure out the best way to get those into an interesting video for you to view. And I'm going to be doing it soon. But suffice to say is that game, now I'm 5 episodes in, I know it's going to continue for a little while. So expect to see some of that. I still need a name for it. I haven't even named the campaign. We jokingly called it Goblin Gear because it's stealth Goblin Tactics or whatever, or Goblin Stealth Tactical. But we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna start getting that shit up as soon as I figure out a format on it. But of more immediate concern is that I want to do some gaming where I include the viewers or the patrons. In fact, I want to do like a viewer campaign. And whether I record it and put it up on my channel or not, I don't know. But I know that one of my patrons requested that I run a campaign. So if I do a viewer campaign, how many of you would be interested in trying out for it? And that's whether we do it just by voice chat with a map, or whether you've got the full video set up or whatever. If you'd be interested in that sort of thing, let me know below. I may even do one that's completely off the record just for my patrons, and then do a separate one where I record it and do like full auditions and everything for like general release on the channel. So let me know your ideas on that. You know, give me all the feedback that you can on that. Then finally, in terms of tabletop stuff, the next episode of my D&D retrospective, which covers original D&D, the white box version, I'm about 70 to 80% done scripting on that. So expect to see that by the end of the week, barring anything major. I'm really enjoying this series. Hope other people are finding it informative. I know there's more in-depth stuff out there, but it's half review, like I would do a normal review, and half history. So I'm gonna be, once I get past the original D&D, I'll start. It'll start highlighting the differences between the systems, because I know. In fact, the original D&D one makes mention of that as well. I know a lot of people ask me, "Oh, what's the difference between these systems or not?" So, aside from that, I'm open to any suggestions on tabletop gaming features. Let me know them. I want to boost the tabletop wing of my channel up, get it so that the third of people that just watch it for the tabletop stuff aren't too disappointed. In fact, I'm open to ideas for content in general. If you're interested in seeing me do one thing or another, or if you prefer one particular kind of content that I do over the others and would like to see me focus more on that, let me know. As always, I listen to all feedback. May not immediately act on it, but I do take it into consideration. Okay, the final section here, or not the absolute final section, but one of the final major section is that Patreon. My Patreon stream went pretty well, even though I only got one. I only have 2 patrons that qualify for it. One of them watched, and I put the link up for the other one. But I had fun with it. I would love to do more. I would love to do more patron streams for them. They get maybe sneak peeks at things I might be recording for other things, or they just hang out in general, or we play games or whatever. That's the kind of thing that my Patreon streams are going to be about. I am looking to do other rewards for the various reward tiers. Just to flesh them out a bit, because I know some people may be on the fence about doing my Patreon. I know I've got to do some work with that. I was thinking maybe, because since I've written before, and this is not just patrons in general, but maybe patrons and viewers both, I might write up some adventures or short stories or stuff, make them available for purchase, but then give them to the patrons as rewards, or a discount to my viewers in general. Excuse me. But yeah, put this kind of thing up as a patron reward, and then a discount to my viewers in general. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that, because it's been a while since I've done anything of commercial quality on that stuff. In fact, I've never done anything of commercial quality. I've done a lot of amateur stuff, done a lot of amateur publications, but hey, the world we live in makes it easier and easier every day to get this stuff out. So, yeah, if you'd like to see me do something like that, let me know. I know I'm pressed for time. I know a lot of this stuff is saying time contingent, and I know for many, many months I've set these goals out there and then got half of them. But hey, if you meet half your goals, at least you've met half your goals. But some of this writing stuff is stuff that I can do while I'm doing other things. So we'll see that. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. As always, let me know what you think about any of the topics in this. Let me know about your feedback in general. If you like what you've seen, as always, leave a like. Comment, please. Comment below. And subscribe for more RPG content. If you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/rpgcrawler. Until next time, take care and goodbye.